to the next point. We should ensure whatever we see is clear.
That means work is being done. We can see that it is in opposite direction.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين أما بعد. Students and viewers at home, you are welcome to this edition of Islamic Studies in the ongoing e-learning program of Kaduna State Ministry of Education for senior secondary schools. Our topic of discussion today is Islamic Economic System Part 2. Islamic Economic System Part 2. We've discussed economic systems in the world. We've discussed Islamic economic system in Part 1. Today, we are going to look at halal and haram in economic life. Halal and haram in economic life. What is halal? Halal is an Arabic word. It means lawful. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made lawful for man to use is what we call halal. In our last lesson we discussed halal, haram, makruh, mandub, and all that. We already know what halal means. Today we are going to look at halal in economic transactions. Lawful earnings means what one acquires through one's ability, guided by Sharia, such as legitimate transactions. All what you earn legitimately is called halal. All your legitimate transactions are called halal in Islam. Lawful expenditure means the lawful way through which one spends his lawfully acquired wealth. What you acquired lawfully, how you spend it, is what we call lawful expenditure, e.g., what you use in feeding your family, relations, and the poor. What you help others with are called lawful expenditures. We are going to see how they work, inshallah. Some halal earnings are what is realized through lawful trade. You go into lawful trade. What you earn there is halal for you. Lawful labor, you go out for labor. Booty from a lawful jihad. Ganima, what you earn after winning a war, is called jihad, a lawful jihad. Not a mere fighting. Go and snatch people's properties is not booty of war, it's not ganima, but from a lawful jihad, Islamically recognized jihad. What you earn from inheritance is equally lawful. Gifts from people is lawful for you. Sadaqah may be lawful, it may be unlawful, because sadaqah is meant for those who have nothing to eat in their homes. If you are wealthy enough and you take sadaqah, it is not lawful for you. Some halal expenditure include feeding one's family, building a mosque, giving out charity, construction of a well, buying books, donating books to schools, mosques, libraries, and so on. What are the advantages of halal, lawful earnings, and expenditures? There are so many advantages of halal earnings and expenditure. Some of them include, if you earn your halal, you abide by Allah's commands, subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are happy yourself because you are abiding Allah's laws, subhanahu wa ta'ala. You didn't go beyond the limit that you are given by your Lord. The second one is, a Muslim will feel happy that he has acquired his wealth through lawful means. You know that you are not a criminal. You are not acquiring your wealth in a criminal way. You are not stealing people's property to earn. You acquired your wealth through a legal means. You will be happy for that yourself. A Muslim will feel that he deserves what he acquires, and he will be proud he expends it in a lawful way. What you acquired lawfully, what you acquired legitimately, you will be careful when expending the money. You can't just spend it lavishly. You can't just spend it in unlawful way if you acquired it lawfully. But the money acquired unlawfully may equally be expended unlawfully. A Muslim will be seen by other people as a responsible member of the society because they know you don't cheat them. You don't hold their property. You don't steal their property. You don't rob them. Now let's look at haram. We've seen what is halal. Halal, as we discussed earlier, is what you are rewarded for, and you will be punished if you didn't do it. But haram is what you are punished for doing it, but you will be rewarded for not doing it. Haram means unlawful means. What Allah made unlawful for man to use is called haram. Unlawful earnings mean what one acquires from what Allah has made lawful, like what someone steals, armed robbery, fraud, salary for which one did not work for, etc. Salary is a lawful means, but if you didn't work for it, it becomes unlawful. If you work halfway and you are paid fully, then half is just what is lawful for you. The remaining half is unlawful, and you will be expected to account for it in the day of judgment. Unlawful expenditure means unlawful ways through which one spends what he acquires in a lawful or unlawful means. Unlawful expenditure means unlawful ways through which one spends what he acquires lawfully or unlawfully. By buying or consuming alcohol, everybody knows alcohol is haram, then trading alcohol is equally haram. If taking alcohol is haram, trading alcohol is equally haram. Therefore, anything you gain, anything you earn through alcohol is haram, because taking alcohol is haram, trading alcohol is haram, even taking alcohol from one place to another is equally haram. If you take anything from it, you are taking haram in Islam. Spending money through gambling. Gambling is haram in Islam. Buying weapons to terrorize innocent people. Islam doesn't tolerate terrorism. Terrorism is not part of Islam. Islam discourages terrorism. What are the disadvantages of haram? Unlawful earnings and expenditures. There are a number of disadvantages in unlawful earnings and expenditures. Among them are, one has offended Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah, as your creator, gave you guidelines, rules, and regulations to follow in your life. You abide by him, or you disrespect what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you as rule. By then, you are justifying a punishment upon yourself. If Allah said do this, you said you are not doing it. If Allah said don't do this, you said you are doing it, then you are justifying a punishment of Allah upon yourself. And in the day of judgment, it will be actually executed. One will always be haunted by the way one acquires one's wealth and the way he expends it. It is a tradition of the Holy Prophet ﷺ that no man or woman will be allowed to move in the day of judgment until he is asked about four things. Among these four things is how you earn your wealth and how you spend your wealth. Every other thing are one questions. But when it comes to wealth, you are going to explain how you earn it and how you spend it. One will be seen by other people as an irresponsible member of the society and therefore despised one. If you are a thief in the society, everybody see you as an irresponsible member of the society. They fear you. They know that if they go out, you will go back to their houses and take away their properties. Therefore, you are not a responsible member of the society. If one's occupations are criminal ones, like armed robbery, one will get caught one day, jailed, or even be executed. What a sad end if you are killed for being an armed robber. We're going to look at tatfif and riba. Tatfif and riba. We have what we call tatfif. Tatfif is an Arabic word. It means cheating or deceiving people in business transactions. Cheating or deceiving people in business transactions. It is called tatfif. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَيْلٌ لِلْمُطَفِّفِينَ الَّذِينَ إِذَا اكْتَالُوا عَلَى النَّاسِ يَسْتَوْفُونَ وَإِذَا كَالُوهُمْ أَوْ وَزَنُوهُمْ يُخْسِرُونَ. Meaning, woe, punishment of Allah be upon those that cheat. Punishment of Allah be upon those that give less than due. الَّذِينَ إِذَا اكْتَالُوا عَلَى النَّاسِ يَسْتَوْفُونَ. Those that when they are taken from people, they take it in full measure. When they are measuring from people, they take it in full measure. But when they are measuring out for people or the weight, they are reducing it, causing loss to the buyers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, punishment of Allah be upon those type of people. And therefore, we are talking about that tatfif, cheating or deceiving people in business transactions. The next one is riba. Riba is an Arabic word too, meaning usury. In this context, it means to add an interest on loan given to another person. To add an interest on loan given to another person. If you loan out 10,000 naira to somebody, when paying back, he is paying back 11 or 12,000, then this is called riba. This is unacceptable in Islam. Why is it not acceptable in Islam? Because it is taking the wealth from the poor to the rich. You are taking the wealth from the poor to the rich. These have nothing. He is looking for it. You have it, you are giving it as loan to him, and you are expecting him to pay more than what you gave him. Then Islam says this is not agreed. Without making a clause that absolves the person from the loan and interest in case the amount loaned is lost by the person. What I mean by this is that in case you loan out a money to somebody, he is to make transactions with the money. Maybe he is going for trade, and in that trade, he may gain, he may lose. If there is that agreement that if he gains, you are gaining too, if he loses, you are losing too, that is okay. It is business. But if you are giving him the money that he should pay back in surplus, then that is called riba. And it is not accepted in Islam. Because Islam wants the rich to assist the poor, not the poor assisting the rich. The next one is zakah, sadaqah, and baytul mal as means of individual and social welfare in Islamic economic system. We have means of Islamic economic system. The ways Allah prepared welfare for the people to live. The first one we're talking about is zakah. Zakah means specific amount of wealth taken from specific type of wealth that has reached specific amount and has been in a possession for up to 1 year. I take it again. Specific amount of wealth taken from specific type of wealth that has reached specific amount and has been in possession for up to 1 year. What I mean by this is that zakah is specific amount of wealth. It's not all your wealth. If it is money, it is just some percentage of your wealth that you are taking away. That is what we call it specific amount of wealth. Taken from specific type of wealth. There is zakah on animals, there is zakah on so many things, but not everything has zakah on it. That is why we say it from specific type of wealth. And this amount and wealth has to be in the possession of the owner for up to 1 year. If it didn't reach 1 year, then there is no zakah on it. But if it reaches 1 year, then Allah's portion of it has to be taken out to Allah's servants. What are the social benefits of zakah? Zakah helps wealth to circulate. You don't hold it on your own. You earn it lawfully. It is your own. As we said earlier, wealth and properties you own in this world are Allah's own. You are just a trustee on it. Then circulate it. What is surplus should be given out to those that are looking for it. Some people are looking for what to eat, while others are swimming in billions. Then Islam don't allow you to keep them. No. Help those that are looking for what to eat. You are created by the same God. It is just a privilege that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala leave this property in your hand. Then assist Allah's servants with what is surplus in your wealth. B, it takes care of the poor. Zakah takes care of the poor because the poor is among the beneficiaries of zakah. Zakah is given to a specific set of people. Among them are the poor, the needy, people who cannot cater for themselves. C, it reduces poverty in the society. If all our wealthy individuals will be giving out zakah as arranged by Islam, I think poverty would have been curtailed. It will take care of so many aspects of poverty we're dealing with today. If all the rich will take, at the end of the year, take some percentage out of their wealth to the poor, at least it will take care of so many issues. It generates love for the rich from the poor. It generates love for the rich from the poor. The poor will love the rich one that is assisting him. Even if people come to attack him, if they are around, they won't allow it. They will support you. Why they are not in support of you is because you are not assisting them. If the masses hear that EFCC arranged your house, they are happy because you only gathered the money without assisting them. But if they know you are assisting them, they will not be happy. Why they are happy is that you earn the money unlawfully and you are not assisting anybody. So it generates love for the rich from the poor. Insecurity, especially on the part of the rich, will be minimized because some criminal activities is because of poverty, and some people you are assisting will be your bodyguards. They will serve as your guards. They will assist you in case of insecurity. Importance of Sadaqah as an institution of social welfare. Let's look at the importance of Sadaqah as an institution of social welfare. We've seen Zakat, we defined Zakat, we stated the importance of Zakat. Now let's look at Sadaqah. Sadaqah means charity that is given voluntarily to the needy, close relations, and neighbors. Sadaqah, as I said earlier, is for those who lack what to eat. Those, the needy ones. If you have surplus, Sadaqah is not for you. You have food in your house, Sadaqah is not for you. The Holy Prophet ﷺ once said, if you have surplus in your house, do not take Sadaqah. If you take it, Sadaqah for you is just, Sadaqah for you in that state is a fire on your hand. You can take little or you can take more. It's left for you to decide whether to take small or you take more. A Sadaqah Ajariyah is another form of Sadaqah. It means continuous Sadaqah. We call this continuous Sadaqah because the giver receives continuous rewards as long as it benefits others, like public wells, fruit-bearing trees. Even if they are not bearing trees, if people are benefiting from the shade of the tree, you are gaining continuous rewards. Building mosques, schools, teaching, all these are continuous Sadaqah. It inculcates generosity on the part of the giver. The giver will be seen as a generous somebody. It generates love and goodwill from the receiver. The receiver accepts what you give them with great love. It reduces cases of theft and frauds caused by poverty. Many cases of fraud, theft are because of poverty. It minimizes it. Baitul Mal as an institution for the prosperity of the Ummah. Baitul Mal means treasury. The Ummah, treasury for the Ummah. It is Department of Finance in which revenues accrued to the state are deposited. Revenue accrued, what is gathered from the booty of war are kept in one treasury. We call it Baitul Mal. Its existence indicates organizations for the Ummah. They are not kept under one person that will tamper with it one day. Application of the principles of Zakah and Sadaqah to their norms and of the modern welfare states. The modern welfare states, especially in Europe and America, operate welfare programs for their people, similar to what Zakah and Sadaqah should serve in Islamic states. But because our people refuse to give Sadaqah, they refuse to give Zakah, we will not be able to implement it as we see them in those areas. In those areas, there is Islam there, but no Muslims. Here, there are Muslims, no Islam. Muslims could borrow a leaf from the welfare states to create funds for social welfare purposes through the collection of Zakah and Sadaqah. All these are means of social welfare in Islam. Separate committee for each unit will be effective. The fund could be used to take care of the old people, especially those who do not have relations to take care of them. All these are provisions for this set of people. Destitute and disabled people could be catered for from the fund by teaching them crafts, giving them capital to be self-reliant. Unemployed people could be given some necessary and basic needs of life until they become employed or self-reliant. I will stop here, but before I go, I will leave you with an assignment. The first question is, what are the advantages of Islamic economic system? 2, why does Islam forbid riba? 3. What are the advantages of halal and the disadvantages of haram? Number 4. Define tatfif and give 3 examples of how it is practiced. I repeat the questions again. 1. What are the advantages of Islamic economic system? 2. Why does Islam forbid riba? 3. What are the advantages of halal and what are the disadvantages of haram? 4. Define tatfif and give 3 examples of how it is practiced. I remain Jibril Ahmad Shehu. If you are through with your assignment, you can send it through this contact number 080-6023-5708. I take the number again 080-6023-5708. Or you can send it to my email address jibahmad@gmail.com. Stay safe, keep learning, fear Allah in all your activities. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.